as of 5 years here at West United coming to an end, just first of all, what are your sort of emotions and feelings, leaving the club in a significant chapter in your career?
Yeah, it's a bit sad. I've thoroughly enjoyed my time here at the club. Been here from the very start, so I've seen how far this club's come in the space of 5 years. From training out in Georgie's, to coming here now in our new facilities. The club's come a long way. Had some great times, met some awesome people here throughout my time. Sad to obviously be parting with the club, but have memories from here that I'll take with me forever, and some lifelong friends as well.
You touched on there, you've been here from the start. You were the first Australian player ever signed. I think you must have been one of the second or third player on the roster in general. And you touched on the growth of the club. How much has it meant to you to see it from the start and to be part of so many of those milestones, and like you said, to be sitting here now and know you're sort of leaving the club in a good place?
When I spoke to my agent about coming here, I kind of didn't know what to expect. Hadn't obviously been in a situation where you're starting at a club from scratch, so it was interesting to come to a club that's brand new and help build a culture. I remember the first day at training, it felt like, just first day of school vibes. You're meeting everyone for the first time and trying to get a squad together that had never really played together. You might know a few players from elsewhere, but a whole brand new squad was quite challenging, and to build a culture for this club was something we're proud of, and it's stuck with us through the 5 seasons I've had here, which is really pleasing to see that it's carried on this far, and hopefully continues for many years to come. Just really great to see where the club's come. We're now training and playing out of our new facility, and it's something that I was looking forward to for a while. Being obviously in different places, playing in games in different places, and training and stuff like that. It's a real credit to the club that where it's come in such a short space of time, and there's definitely exciting times ahead for this club, and I'll be watching from afar and keeping a close eye and wishing the club all the best.
It's sort of fitting in a way that ends up being your last game for the club was the first ever here. You get to lead the team out for the first ever men's match here, and the game itself obviously incredibly memorable. The comeback, the crowd, and getting that win. How did that feel? Stepping out onto the pitch as the captain, leading the team into, it feels like leading into a new era for the club. That was a great day for everyone involved. Obviously our first game here, obviously being here from the start, it meant a lot to obviously captain the team out in our first home game at this stadium. The game itself was really great. Come back from 2-0 down to win 4-2, and unfortunately that was my last game this season with suspension and a little injury. But if that was my last game at the club, that was a really great way to go out. I just remember looking around and seeing how far the club had come, and the fans here, and it was a great occasion, and to top it off with a win was really great. I mean, the fans will remember your real combative sort of spirit on the pitch. You sort of made a bit of a habit of ending up with a bandage on your head in your milestone matches. I think it was your 200th in Geelong, your 50th for the club at Amy Park as well. I guess how have you sort of felt the affinity with the fans, and how have you sort of relished representing them, and the appreciation that you've got back from them as well?
The fans have been great. The support that they've given this club throughout the 5 seasons, the dedication they've shown, travelling to Geelong, Ballarat, even to Tassie, they've been everywhere we've played, so the support's been great. The way they come to you after a game, they're very appreciative of, especially the way I play, just the way the style I play, and I give everything when I'm out on the pitch, and put my body on the line to win that game. And I think that's, obviously the most, when you hear that from a fan, that they just love the attitude and the aggression and that I give out on the pitch, and they appreciate it. And at the end of the day, that's all you can really do. Games are going to be different. You'll make mistakes and stuff, but if you're putting in the effort and the attitude's right, then all the fans are going to be appreciative when you step out on the pitch. All the interactions I've had with all our fans, they've been great. They've welcomed me to the club with welcome arms, and they've been great throughout the 5 years I've been here.
Talking about sort of favourite memories, if I asked you to pick a top three or a top one, I suppose, I'm sure it'd be hard to go past the grand final and that final series as a whole. Obviously, recalling you were coming back from injury at the time, and some really good footage from our documentary on grand final day where you copped that knock early. What do you, in terms of highlights, it's fair to say that sits right at the top?
Yeah, I think, it's a pretty clear one that, just not the grand final, just the whole final series itself. Like you said, I was coming back from injury and not sure whether I would be able to play any part. So, I was doing everything I could to get back, and because, it was pretty obvious that we might make the final. So I wanted to help the team which any way I could. And that final series in general, we had a feeling throughout the whole season that, something was clicking and that it was going to be a special one. Speaking throughout the team and everyone involved. I think in particular that the second leg against Victory, that is still one of the best games I've ever been involved in, emotionally and, on the pitch. The way we kept coming back and ended up winning it in the end and booking that spot in the grand final. When everyone sort of doubted us and, we had the backs against the wall against, one of the biggest clubs in the league with all their fans. And, that game, just meant, I think that gave us the confidence going into the grand final, knowing we could do it. And then, obviously topping off with that grand final win was extra special. And, I just remember the emotions of some of the people at the club that night and how much it meant to them. And, for me to help play a part in that felt really special. It really is a family culture here at this club. Everyone involved, just to see, the emotions and the expressions on the face and the gratitude and all that after the game once we won was really special and something I'll never forget, and definitely, one of the highlights, well, the highlight I've had at this club.
Yeah, you obviously go on to lift the trophy as the captain on the night in that grand final. If you talk about sort of we mentioned before, the milestones that you've been a part of at the club. First ever Australian signing, 6th all time in A-League appearances for the club. You were the captain on the grand final night. Player of the season a couple of seasons ago as well. You've been the official club captain this season. When we look back and when this place is all built up and we start to build honour rolls, your name will obviously feature prominently. How much will that mean to you, that connection that you'll always have inside you, that you've really played such a massive part here? Just how much will that mean to you? A lot. You don't get these sort of experiences very much, to create history. And I remember our first friendly game out in Georgie's, obviously coming here and our first home game, and everything in between, our first win over in Wellington, the grand final, being able to captain this club, all those little things, will mean a lot. Being a part of a lot of the firsts of this club, will sit with me forever. And, hopefully in 20, 30 years' time, I'll see this club thriving as, one of the biggest clubs in the league, because I feel like that's the direction they're going in with the plans that lie ahead with this club. And to be able to say that I had a part in helping build what's going on here, I'll be very proud, and one I'll be able to tell the grandkids.